Hello, everyone. It's Gladys Diaz of Heart's Desire International with Love Chat with the Love Twin. And, it's been 3 weeks since the Irresistible Woman Live. And I can honestly say that I'm still buzzing. And I know I'm not the only one because not a day goes by that we don't get an email, a text message, a post in our Facebook group from a woman who's sharing yet another miracle, another breakthrough, another celebration that she wants to share with the group. And, it's really amazing because some people might say, well, how is that possible? It was only a 3-day event. Did so many miracles? And we're talking about money blow-ups, right? Like money miracles, healings, physical healings, people transforming their relationships that they once thought were over, and now they are restored, and single women having a blast dating. So how is it that such amazing changes can happen over a short period of time? And how can you also have a transformation in your love life? Well, let me share with you, because here's one of the things that Michelle and I make really, we make sure to emphasize this with our clients. There is a very big difference between indulging in a lot of relationship information and having a transformation in your love life. See, we are bombarded with a lot of information. Some of it is really great, some of it is not so good, but we become consumers of information. And what happens when you have a lot of information is that, first of all, you know a lot, but then you also get to a point where you're like, well, I already know, which blocks the process of transformation. The other thing that happens is that you have a lot of ahas or insights. Now, insights are amazing. Awareness is the first step to transformation. But in a lot of programs, in a lot of events, courses, books, what happens is that people have this really big aha moment. They have an insight, but insights do not create transformation. They're the first step, or one of the first steps in transformation. But if all that happens is that you realize that, for example, you've been doing something that's not working, and it just stays there, like that's all that happens, is you have this really great insight, I've been doing this and it doesn't work, and it's impacting my life in all of these different ways, and you don't also learn how to replace that thought, behavior, attitude, or action with something new and something that does provide you with the results that you want. That's when you stay stuck, and people get really frustrated. They come to Michelle and me all the time and they say, I've gone to all these courses, I've gone to these events, I've worked with coaches, I've done my personal development, I meditate, I journal, I do all this stuff, and nothing's changing. So here is the key. Here is the process that Michelle and I teach women. First of all, we do believe in the power of insight. So we help you first to distinguish what is the block. We call them love barriers. What is the love barrier that is standing in the way, that is not allowing you to have the loving relationship, the fun experience in dating, the kind of life and love that your heart truly desires? What is it that's getting in the way? Once we see what that is, then we help you to dismantle it. Dismantle means to take apart. So we look to see, okay, where might have this originated? We don't spend a whole lot of time in the past, because we go there with a temporary visa. We come right back. We look to see how the past is influencing your present and future, and how to dismantle that, take that apart, so that your past is no longer impacting you today, and you're not living into a future where you keep carrying that old fear, that old doubt, or that old belief, and the patterns that are associated with them. So we teach you how to distinguish it. Then we teach you how to dismantle your love barrier, and then we do the work to replace. Now, what happens, as I mentioned before, is many other programs just leave you in this step. And if you don't learn how to replace the thought, the belief, the behavior, the attitude, the perception that you've had many times for decades, what happens in that empty space is that what comes back is what you know. And what you know is the very behaviors and thoughts and patterns and actions that haven't been giving you the result that you want. And that's what creates the experience of being stuck, of either repeating the same painful patterns or feeling like you cannot move forward. So we teach you how to do that. And we teach you how to do this inside of your romantic relationships. But what happens is that as you have a breakthrough in your love life, every other area of your life begins to have breakthroughs as well, because your fears are not selective. They don't say, oh, this is my fear in love, but this is my fear in business. No, if you haven't been making money in your business, or as much money in your business or career as you would like, consider that it's the same limiting belief that's holding you back from having the love that you want. Net worth, reflection of self-worth. So what we see in our clients is all of a sudden when they have a real breakthrough, they start breaking through in their finances, they start breaking through in their health, they start breaking through in relationships outside of romance, like family relationships, relationships with ex-husbands, children. Everything begins to explode beautifully, meaning there's an explosion of miracles. And that's what creates true and permanent transformation. So you've taken the information and you've created a transformation. So this is really something that needs to be experienced. I can talk about it, of course I've explained it, but if you really want to have the experience of having a true breakthrough in your life and creating transformation in your love life, I have a little bit of a challenge for you. I'm going to see who's really committed, because there's a difference between being interested in having a permanent transformation and truly being committed. And usually the difference is the actions that you take. So here's your challenge. All I need you to do is to either email me, and my email address will appear somewhere on this page, or you can send me an email to gladys@heartsdesireintl.com. If you got this in an email, just reply to the email and answer 2 questions. The first question is, what is the what is the biggest challenge that you are facing right now in your relationship? The number, or your relationship or your love life, the number one, the primary thing that causes you pain in your relationship or your love life. The second question is, what is the miracle that if you could create it, you would want in your relationship or your love life? So first, you're going to tell me what's the biggest challenge you're facing, and what is it that you would like to transform it into? What is that miracle? What is that result? What is that goal that would totally make a complete and total difference in your life? Answer those 2 questions, send the email, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to personally read every single email that I get, and I'm going to give you personal feedback on what I see would make the biggest difference. And for a select few, I'm going to go ahead and open up my calendar, and we are going to have what I call a love breakthrough session. Now, the reason why I'm being selective is because if you're just interested in talking about this, I mean, it's great to talk about it, but I only have a few spots left in my calendar for this week, and I'm happy to talk to you at another time, but I really want to speak with people who are ready to take the necessary steps to have that breakthrough. And we're going to talk about the exact steps that you need to take on this call. It's going to be amazing. You are going to experience immediate results, and I cannot wait to celebrate the first miracle with you. So go ahead and tell me your biggest challenge that you're facing right now in your love life or relationship, and what is that miracle? You know what it is. You think about it, you pray about it, you wish for it every single day. What is that number one miracle you'd like to create and that we could possibly work to create together? So I'm Gladys Diaz with Hearts Desire International. Cannot wait to get your email. And until our hearts meet again, always remember that you are loved. Goodbye for now.